welcome. Art Chat is a chance for Bogdan and I to kind of feature the work that we have available for sale and just what we've been working on. Yep, we got a lot. And what's going on with our art career. So everything you do see here today is for sale. The time to buy a piece of art is when you fall in love. So if you fall in love with a piece of art, we can get it to you wherever you are in the world. And secondly, please remember that we are broadcasting via Zoom. And so on Facebook Live, there's a bit of a delay between what you say and what we see. So please don't be discouraged if you're trying to get through on the chat.
No, it's an important day today at Silver Sea Studios.
It is.
Beside the fact that it's a third open Saturday where all the artists are having their studio open for you, there is a fundraiser organized by Silver Sea Studios benefiting the Winter Street artists who lost nearly everything in a fire that happened at the end of last year. So do you remember when people should show up and shop for
Absolutely. The whole idea of this kind of fundraiser is it's an art sale, but it is being kind of put on in conjunction with the let's see who all's doing it, Fresh Arts and Houston Art Alliance,
and the entire Sawyer Yards,
and then the rest of the art community here at Sawyer Yards, and it is taking place today at Silver Street Studios from 11 to 3. So it's a way to give back and help a lot of these artists who lost everything or are next to everything in the fire.
So guys, if you are in Houston, please do support, show your support and come here at Silver Street Studios. Help buying any art from the donations that we have here, and support your artist community.
And if you can't make it for the sale and would be interested in donating, the Houston Art Alliance does have on their website a place to donate to help give some relief to those artists. So lots of ways to give back.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. But anyway, I think it's time to start the show.
You bet. Let's do it.
Listen. For the first, since I still have the Nature Remember exhibition on view till the end of this month here in the West Gallery at Silver Sea Studios, I chose to feature this edition the self-service picture, and this has been purchased already, and I'm very humble and appreciative for this, and it's a lovely picture beside of the fact that it has been sold.
So this series, how many have sold? We've sold
roughly
5.
5.
Yeah,
I already did one, and I have another but art collector who wants to purchase 4, and we are working now on a date to come here and pick up his 4 pieces. So that was
hurry up, guys! They're selling fast.
That's lovely. So now, for those who don't know, the idea of Nature Remember a series is, a little my very little contribution to bring some awareness about the wildlife, and that if we hold you to this planet, we're gonna lose. When you cut the trees, we're gonna lose more and more wildlife, which brings you to this concept that if we lose all these animals and wild animals, maybe we may have to face one day the fact that we need to look at these porcelain figurines in our homes.
But and the whole idea of the doily, I mean, everything that my grandmother, and I think yours did too, anything of importance in the house was placed on a hand-woven doily.
Correct. And
what you've done is created these natural doilies
exactly
around these kind of cheesy little
porcelain
statues.
Even the doilies itself, even I made them from flowers petal. They should be a little cheesy. I mean, it's a sarcastic
No,
way.
I meant that the statues are not extravagant.
No.
They're the kinds of things people would have in their homes.
And the way I created them, they are subtle.
Yeah, it's a subtle thing.
They're hidden under this idea what of natural and what would happen if we lose them, always keep that in mind with whatever action you take on this planet.
And just like the things that were on the doilies meant that they were fragile and needed special care, the natural environment does too.
There are so many elements in this series: the fragility, the importance of things. It has a component of teaching art in a way, and teaching you about the wildlife in a way as a kid, because we grew up with those things that surrounded us, and then this is how we actually learned on the very early stage. This is how a stag look like, and this is how an elephant look like, and so it's so precious to us that it has to be on that china cabinet, whatever. So
it's a serious message, but it's kind of a lighthearted approach to the message, so it's not hitting you over the head.
I mean, the idea of bringing awareness about the wildlife and the planet and protecting ecosystems, has been done by many artists in various series. But my idea was to have it a funny, to bring you some smile when you look at that.
Absolutely, it's a beautiful, beautiful collection. The images are stunning, and I think people, when they see them in person, all say that it makes a difference when you see it in person. So congratulations, and the show goes to the end of the month.
To the end of the month here at Subversive Studios in
Just
Houston.
a little bit longer.
You want to talk about yours?
You bet. This particular one is called Summer Courtyard. It's a part of a series I did on paper, and I have often said that I just love working on paper. And I think the inspiration for this was Malta. If you look at, can you go back to the larger view? So these are the elements that I thought of when I think of being in Malta. I have the sunshine. I have a whole palette of gold, the sandstone buildings, the gold, decorations, the wrought iron, and just the heat and the palette of gold and yellow that is all around you in Malta. And so that's what I tried to capture in this abstract piece, was the idea of a courtyard in summer.
You said about that, Malta. I also see some beach colors in there, and I do see a towel as well, like a beach towel. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the beauty of abstract, is you can have
see
your own
things,
interpretation.
And there's the water, and it's just, there's a lot of elements there that signal to me when I was painting it how those images come across in my brain. But again, can be anything you like. It's not a bad size, 18 by 12. They look magnificent framed. I, for some reason, don't have that particular picture with me today to show you, but I have a couple of others in the series that were done at the same time.
One that you already presented last time. You want to show it?
Yeah, let me show you a couple of them just to...
So to understand the size of it, and if you remember.
So here's the size, again, on paper.
Just give me a second.
These plastic covers don't do it justice, but so this is the size. And again, metallic paints. And the other thing I wanted to show you is how good it looks framed. This is another one in the same series, same size, and a frame makes all the difference. And we've seen that a lot in other things. But again, good size of a piece. I like the abstraction.
And I like that, being the way they are, you can frame them either by floating them or by having a mat around. So it depends on the style, absolutely.
But anyway, I thought it was a good reminder in January that we need some summer sunshine.
Especially today, a little warm. They really look good in frame, I have to say. What's next? Well, before we go further, let's say a thank you to all of you who are watching us, and that it's Luminica in Romania. Hi, Luminica.
This is here. Mark, how are you? Where in the world are you these days?
Oh my God, Mark.
And Luminica? Bună ziua?
Buonasera, maybe.
Buonasera.
And what else? Let's say a series of thank yous now that go to Sushma first.
Oh, yes.
Who is my new and first collector. She showed up last Saturday here and fell in love with this column I had in the studio. You know, I'm kind of sad because I had this column on the wall for so long and now it's not. You know, I can recreate something similar. But it's like, this was the first simplified idea of this sculptural photography.
That was the first one.
You know, because I didn't use any paint behind, or it's just the simplicity of it made it so lovely. And then she got it. She fell in love with it, and she got it.
And we went to her home to actually let her see it in situ. And what a beautiful home! And just her lovely family.
We took many other pieces with us, but because the home was so big, and my pieces are medium size.
That's funny. They look big in the studio.
They look so great in here, and then we took them at her place, and they were completely lost. And then
they kind of got small.
She only got the green piece because it matched a
but hopefully we'll have more relationship with her as the years go by.
What else? Lovely. Let's give a
James, absolutely.
James, who again, first of all, collected the first piece in the Nature Remember.
The first one to purchase, yes.
And then while wandering in the studio, he noticed this little one, the barmaid, that I had here for ages, but I have so many little things that sometimes it's very hard to focus.
And that's part of the inheritance collection.
That is an inheritance, yes. And he looked around and was like, what is that? Can you pack that? I was like, okay. And not also he bought from me that Saturday. He got something from me as well.
He bought 2 pieces from me that were just on the wall. And again, he just said, add those to the bag. So no, these are part of my cartographic distraction series. And I believe that's Puka Puka and Saguaro are the names of those. I named them after the Cook Islands. And when we were living in New Zealand, we were close by. And again, these are works on paper. They are abstracts done with multimedia, mixed media. And,
I love those ones.
And they were framed. And I think the frames make all the difference.
Yeah.
Because I've had these around, the ones I framed, I've sold.
I always say this, that if you have a fabulous diamond, but it's in an ugly kind of gold mount, it's an ugly ring.
Or if you've got it in a bag, it doesn't do much good.
And then I have Ray, who actually collected the first Forest Man. She actually had it in mind for a year?
Yeah, she remembered it.
She said, I remember a year ago, and I come and visit you. You have this guy in the water. She could not remember the name of it. And said, do you still have that? Sure. There he was, the Forest Man.
Yeah, that is a complete composite image, right? The water is Lake Tahoe. The guy is from
have a camera in the water. No.
The birds, I think, are in Galveston. I'm not sure.
Anyway, it was great. Again, we talked with you guys before. Today is an open Saturday here at Silver Sea Studios. We are here in the studio. Come anytime. And also we have the fundraising for the Winter Streets Artists next door, starting from 11 o'clock. So lots of art, lots of new art going on in our studio. Come and see it. It'll be lovely. What else? Nature Remember is still on till the end of the month. And it has a fantastic review and feedback for people. Those are images from the opening ceremony, and I think everybody had a good time.
It was a great reception. It's a great show, but the party was very, very nice. A lot of people came, got some real good exposure, I think. And nice to catch up with people here in the new year. Some people we haven't seen since before the pandemic. It was a great event.
And you want to tell us what's next for Silver Sea Studios?
Yes.
The Open Doors exhibition on the main gallery, it's closing today. So if you guys have been here in Silver Sea Studios and loved something that was on the wall, this is your chance to purchase it today.
Right. That exhibition will come down at the end of the day today, and then we start a new exhibition at the end of the month. So it actually the 3rd of February is when it opens, but we'll be dropping off art.
And that it's called?
It's called Beginnings. And we have another guest curator. This one is Rosana Orlando.
I lovely. She
and
curated many shows.
Yes, she has. She's done a lot of curation around town, and she will be doing this one. We have a lot of great pieces. I've seen the submission so far, and so it should be really good.
Fantastic. Let's see what's next here. What's new? What's new? You guys have shown this before. I have 2 new pieces already framed and ready to go. And remember this?
Oh, those are great.
Remember this? Well, I got to completely finish them, so they are ready. And the beauty of this, I named them like the galaxy around us. The beauty of them is like you can have the 3 of them as a triptych, or you can have just one. The size is great. It's 20 by 30.
That's a good size, yeah.
And they have some dimension to. Actually, I should bring one over there. They have some dimension to it because the planet in the middle, it's actually a 3D composite. So that area, it's standing off the actually background. Now, let's see. I think it's great. This is just one of them. Let's see. It's only reflection because
of the
this is what you get, guys. But
they're lovely. If it doesn't show up on camera, this kind of reddish pink surround is just neon. It just seems to glow.
And it stand off. Let me see if I can find a detail here. See, guys. I think they're fantastic. I'm really happy with them. What do you have new? Oh, actually, I do have something else. Like this week. Those are kind of some idealistic mock-ups. What you're looking at? Somebody last Saturday, not actually the beginning of the month, the week, came into the studio with a designer and fall in love with this Urbana series, except he wanted some various sizes, larger sizes,
something larger.
So I work up some mock-ups. Hopefully we'll have a commission very soon.
And they are stunning pieces. They're very dramatic.
And they would be like alternative photography. They would be printed on a large canvas, and then I will have to paint over various elements and figures inspired from the urban decay. And you have these new ones still available?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm still working on that series. Again, loving the work on paper. These particular ones are featuring kind of the sacred circle and the square. Those are the things that I've been including a lot. What's really important is the layering. There's just layer upon layer. And as you get closer to the piece, you discover more surprises.
Yeah, these are
more
great.
Intricacies in that.
These are great. I can see them framed beautifully. We have a new vlog out, guys. It's all about the exhibition, the Nature Remember, how we have done it, how we prepare for it. If you find it inspiring, you can get ideas from it and apply it to your next exhibitions. Now, if this isn't enough, you can always switch to the podcasts and listen to our live created by John.
Yeah, I do the podcast, and that's an audio podcast as well as a visual one. I put it on YouTube as well. So we have this show, the live show, we have the blog, we have the vlog, we have the podcast, both audio and visual. Man, you're going to get sick of us.
Yeah. All right, it's 10:20, and I think we should move over to the next half of the show. So for the second part, I chose to feature again Urbanscape. It's a acrylic on canvas, and it's the urban winterscape, rainy day. You see the stoplights and the crossing through the streets and the skyscraper and
tail lights.
Yes, and what I see is a lot of one of those AC engines that sits on various buildings. You know what I'm talking about?
Air conditioning.
The air conditioning.
Units.
Yeah. I mean, they're part of our landscape now. I mean, there's no building without those things. So I wanted to create this kind of abstract, but the city kind of oriented picture. I think it's lovely in a young sort of studio room, maybe office.
I love the colors. I love the way colors run together. Just because that seems to imply motion to me. That the city's always moving, always changing.
It had that wet look. Like everything is seen through a lens that is wet or through a window. You can't really see it clear, but it's you have to force your eye to. How about yours?
Cluster. I love this painting, and it gets a lot of attention. It's been hanging around for a while, and it's one of my splatter paintings. And I know that kind of Jackson Pollock-y expressionist kind of thing. And it, to me, it looks like a explosion. It looks like space. It looks like many different things. And the reason I wanted to talk about it today is because you framed it.
I did.
You put it in a frame, and it changed it completely for me. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about it. The thing I like about Cluster is that the size is really good. It's a 16 by 20, so it's not huge, but it's like a little window that you're looking through.
But the colors you chose, it forces you to look at it.
Yeah, it kind of draws you in.
Yes, it doesn't really matter now the size.
Kind of has that depth. And again, just putting that square, that rectangular black border around it when framing it changed the picture completely for me, and just really gave it definition. It gave it structure.
A contrast, yes.
Yeah, it gives it that border, that limit that you need with looking at a lot of abstract pieces to know where your eye should stop.
Because
I like it so much more now.
I loved it.
And I liked it before.
I loved it before, and I've seen it in the studio for so long. And I was like, it's missing something. And I was like, I'm going to frame this because it's going to change completely the look of it.
Right. And I wanted to share it again because I thought that frame made all the difference.
It did. It looks fantastic. Look at that.
It really pops.
It draws you. It just draws your eyes in there. You know what I mean?
And again, as you get closer to it, you discover more things, and it draws you deeper. So I was really pleased with the picture before, but now I'm ecstatic about it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. And so the other ones, I framed a couple of yours, which is kind of in the same.
But the others look great framed, but I think the transformation on this one was stunning.
Yeah. What else? What else is out there?
Well, golly, a lot else going on. It is the first of the year. We just got back from Austin this week, where we went to do our Goals and Objectives retreat. We do that every year. We also have gotten word that our Aripa Arte, our new nonprofit company, has been approved. So the corporation has been established, and now we'll be able to start with board meetings and really get our goals and objectives and our bylaws and things all in place to start actually making an application for 501c3 tax-free status. So we're becoming a charity, and the real goal of Aripa Arte is to actually make an impact, help some of the artists in Romania that we have met, and see how difficult the landscape is. We know it's difficult for us here in the US, where there's a big art market and a lot of support. there's virtually nothing in Romania. So the whole idea for Aripa Arte is to help those artists in Romania and to also expose people to Romanian art.
No, I don't think there's nothing in Romania. There is something in Romania, maybe not enough.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, there's no real strong support systems other than some galleries. And that gives such a limited scope of help. So yeah, there's a chance for us to expand. We've opened a business in Romania. This will allow us to run a nonprofit in Romania and maybe make an impact as we try to further our own art careers.
But saying this is the end of the show, and I want to thank you for watching us again this week. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Stop by if you've got time in Houston. Stop by and see the artwork today. Support the charitable art fair, art sale going on to help the artists over at Winter Street. And other than that, have a great week. See you next time.